Moving all the sheep today, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we brought the babies down. So all the babies are in the field. This one has lost his mom. His mom was standing right there beside, and she still thought she was lost. Now she's with her mom, that's good. But you can imagine with that crowd, there's gonna be a lot of losing mom, losing mom.
Somebody hold this for me. Get your picture. Ready? How did I do that?
So one of them is
Black and the other one's
no.
Black sheep.
One of them is Pesach,
And
the other one
one's
is Seder.
Oh, it's gonna have black wool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen a black
More twins.
sheep. I've never seen a black sheep.
Look at this lamb's leg.
It's like she's wearing one boot.
Sorry, I broke my leg. I'm wearing one boot.
And the other wearing.
Have you ever held a lamb before? Is it yellow or is it just?
It's the stuff. It'll come off.
That's amazing. That's just pitch black.
That was black and really
If I'd had two more boys, I said, what is it?
So these are the babies that were born last night. So unusual to have a black sheep and to have one that has a black leg. So this white one, her left front leg is completely black, like it was dipped in paint. But today, Hadassah had a baby. We didn't even know she was pregnant. She's been big and fat for 2 years. She ate that a little too fast. Now she's coughing a little bit. But because she's always so large, we had no idea she was pregnant. So there's her baby that we just brought up from the field 2 minutes ago. This baby kind of has polka dots. She's got a dot on her knee and some on her kind of rear end. Hadassah is hugging her baby. Built this house without a laundry room. So now we're gonna build a laundry room.
Yep, so we decided to put one together. Oh boy.
Where'd you want it, kind of in the middle here?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Top of the duster, your phone.
any of you had any trouble getting baby chicks, we have looked into ordering, and it was going to be months to receive some. And then we have a local feed store that they were going to get some in, but you have to watch their Facebook or their Instagram to find out when are they going to be here. So we did that. We don't use Facebook anymore. I am so glad that I'm not using Facebook anymore because it is just so time wasting. We would watch their page. We'd have to keep looking it up, and we finally found, looks like they're gonna sell some chicks in 40 minutes. So we ran down there. We got number 4 in the waiting list, you know, the number for the line, and waited another 30 minutes until they were ready and got the chicks that we wanted. So we got 10 meat birds and 10 chickens that are the buff Orpingtons, which are what we already have over here. Hanging out with their owl friend who protects them from hawks. This is the rooster that must be sterile or something lately, because we have not been able to hatch any chicks from their eggs. Of course, this is a Rhode Island red, but the rest of these are buffs. Here's some running and running. They think I'm throwing snacks in here. And then we got a couple called Sapphire Sky. They're a gray color. They look really nice in the picture. I think Walter has some. So aside from all that, I'm out here. So here's Caleb's house. I'm out here even with the back of the field, and then completely in line with that here on the other side. This is where this first large tree came down in the hurricane. So I'm finally getting a chance to work on that. And I forgot to mention that we did hatch some chicks. Our barred rock, we just have a few left. We collected up a dozen eggs. And this is the 4th dozen that we've put in the incubator this spring. 3 batches of the buff Orpingtons did not turn out. So that's why I'm pretty sure that nothing's going on with that rooster anymore. Whether it's his fault or something else. So we did get 7 out of the 12 hatched, and hopefully no roosters. But I don't know, maybe we can try it as a meat bird if we do get a rooster. Maybe we could throw it in with the meat birds and just let it be raised alongside the meat birds. With the sheep, that's what we do. You know, the males, we can just put a rubber band on them and make them so that they aren't trying to reproduce. And in a year, we can go ahead and they'll be meat. And I know that's sad, but that's just part of farm life. That's the cycle of life. Trust me, there's an amazing dynamic that you can love and take care of an animal for a year and send it to be processed, and be very sad that you're sending it to be processed, but also very grateful that you have meat, and also meat that you know where it was raised and most likely know what's in it. You know what kind of feed you're giving it. You know what kind of grass it's on. We're kind of in touch with a lot of things. You know, our neighbor down the street is where we bought our hay this year to get through the winter. So that's very local grass that those sheep were eating. And we do know that he uses chicken manure to fertilize his fields. And so we also know that those chickens were fed certain kinds of feed that aren't what we would feed our animals. So some of that does actually translate to the grass, but you know, think about the things that are in the grain that are going through the system of the chicken. Some of it's being consumed, you know, some of it's being kept in the chicken, and then some of it is being expelled, and so there are some toxins and things that we wouldn't want, but then that's being sprayed on another piece of ground and plants are growing up using that as a fertilizer. And so then through that process, how much of that is getting to our animals, and then how much of that is being stored in our animals, and then we are consuming. So yes, there's a little bit coming through of things we wouldn't want, not so much. Okay, I'm back the next day. I've been working on this big old debris pile here, clearing out this. So now I'm up where I can see the branches and I can start cutting logs. Cut a few here, a few there. Now I can just start working through all this stuff. Here's the trunk of the tree, but then here's the other half where it kind of split and made a fork in the tree. And then you can kind of see back there, this is the root ball sticking up in the air. So you can kind of see the trunk going up through there.